takeoff. Run down the equipment list and get ready to drop in for 2 hours of must-ski TV. The only show that takes you to your favorite New England resorts, plus around the world, from the Arctic to the Alps, with Mr. Ski himself, Dan Egan. Free skiing champion, Charlotte Moats. Worldwide ski bumologist, John Egan. WNDS sportscasters, Ted Panos and Mike DeBlasi. And Mr. Power 90, Tony Horton. Must-Ski TV, a weekly action-packed 2 hours of family fun, winter thrills and spills like you've never seen before. Whether you're a beginner or expert, you ski the trees or just feel the breeze, sit back, kick back, call in sick to work, and get ready for Must-Ski TV. Must-Ski TV, brought to you by Ski Market and Underground Snowboards, your winter sports source. By the Balsalsm Wilderness, a grand resort hotel. And Suzuki, make the smart move.
Good evening and welcome again to Must-Ski TV. I'm Mike DeBlasi, coming to you tonight from Neshoba Valley in Westford, Mass.
And I'm Teddy Panos, and I'm having a hard time believing, but this is our 9th week of Must-Ski TV, Mr. DeBlasi. And it seems like a huge response out there. The viewers are talking all over the ski resorts about this place, and I never thought it'd be possible, you and I on a mountain.
I know, we're drawing rave reviews. The reception's been unbelievable. We thank you, the viewer, for watching and making this such a positive experience and a wonderful winter. And let me tell you, it's 05, so that means I'm a new man, right? You hear about resolutions, so on. Well, here it is, baby. I'm ready to shred.
Yeah, I can't believe it. You've been teasing us, teasing the viewing public out there with talk about racing me down a mountain, and I see that you might actually be taking it seriously for once.
Well, I don't know about how seriously I'm going to take it. I mean, are snowboarders really serious? No, they're happy-go-lucky guys. They're dudes, and the word on the street is we're a couple of dudes out here ready to kick it.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary thought, you and me on a mountain at the same time, but hey, you know, Dan's been teaching us. He's an amazing skier. I don't know if you've ever been on an actual ski slope with him, but it's amazing to see how natural he is on there. I'm hoping that someday I can get to that point, and maybe you too.
Teddy, is he kissing up to his instructor? Is he trying to make Dan feel good? Did he not get him a good Christmas present? I'm not sure.
I want him to keep me on the bunny hills. I don't want the big mountains. That's
Stay
where
on the rope toe. We have a great show for you tonight, as always. Plenty of excitement. Dan Egan and his cohorts are going to be joining us from the Balsalsm Resort. We're going to be here enjoying all that is Neshoba Valley. Teddy, you got anything exciting planned for us? Any special treats today?
No, actually, you know, the big thrill for me today is how close this is to my home. Now, you're a New Hampshire guy. I'm 15 minutes down the street here in Lowell, and I guess it's only a half hour from Boston. That's part of what makes this area one of the places to be. And also, Michael, for beginners like us, if you look around, the mountains, they're not that big, so it's an easy place for first-timers and beginners and kids, especially,
you're
to learn.
Exactly right. It's a great place. It takes all the fear or intimidation out of learning two wonderful sports, skiing, snowboarding. Hey, guess what? We also got some tubing for you later. That should be quite a treat.
Yeah, go back to our childhood, huh? And hey, you know, the other great part here, Michael, before we leave, we have to check out the Outlook restaurant. You know, looking at me, I'm a connoisseur.
Well, never one to turn down any food. I hear the service is great. The waitresses are phenomenal. It's got a great view, too. It overlooks the slopes. You can keep an eye on all the action out there.
Yeah, you can watch everyone else making their way down the mountain while you're inside with a beverage or two.
An adult beverage, why not? Ted says it's 15 minutes from his house, it's 45 from mine, but I'm always late, so it takes me an hour. What are you going to do? It's not traffic, just blame it on me. Don't worry about time. Stay right where you are. A great Must-Ski TV coming your way. It's Thursday night. It's WNDS. You know where you are. You're watching Must-Ski TV. And when we come back, Dan Egan from the Balsalms.
Don't go away. Must-Ski TV will be right back.
I'm no car expert, but
I do know what I want. You know what I want?
more bang for my buck.
More bang for my buck from a car and
A car company.
That's why I got a Forenza. by Suzuki.
Suzuki! Woo! Protected by America's #1 warranty.
Numero uno.
And it's got more room and more features.
Then Civic. Then a Civic.
Forenza. It gives so much.
And it asks so little. Who says you can't have it all?
Forenza!
Today, EBM, Electronic Binding Management, is poised to elevate the safety standard for skiing the way the airbag catapulted car safety into the new millennium. Atomic's EBM helps prevent skiing accidents by running a diagnostic safety check as you step into your bindings. Consider Neox EBM, the world's first ski binding that lets you know everything is okay.
We know you had a choice. Thanks for watching WNDS, and tell a friend.
Hi, I'm Dan Egan, and welcome once again to Muskie TV. Over the last 2 months, we've been covering winter sports here in New England like no other show. For 2 hours a week, we've been bringing you fun, activity, and adventure for the whole family. And this week, it's no different. We have found the center, the hub, for all of the activities here in New England in one place, the Balsalsm Resort. It's amazing. I want to show you everything up here at the Balsalsm. The snowshoeing, the Nordic skiing, the alpine skiing. It goes on and on and on. Plus, the food is awesome. It's so good up here at the Balsalsm. It's incredible. You know, family winter fun is about getting outside. It's about enjoying the elements. Playing in the snow. That's what I love about it, just playing in the snow. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Getting outside, sledding, walking, skating. Just head off into the woods. It's an amazing time of year. We've got a great show for you this week. It's very special. And up first, it's Warren Smith, his film Snow in the House.
Bitter, whatever lie.
Awesome. I'm Mark Shapiro. I come from Canada. I came here in 1970, 71, the first time, and as an amateur photographer, and I put my amateur photography into a profession, mountain photographer. At that time I had a little Minolta SR1, little crank thing with a 35mm lens and a 200mm, and we went out and shot 2 rolls of film. OTA bought a picture, and it began from there. People started supplying me, and then I got a couple of very good pictures printed in Powder Magazine, and then the money started coming in. Because of my generation, I'm not that interested in the freestyle, but from time to time I come into the park. It's fun. Hang out with the kids, chew the fat, watch them fly through the air, which is pretty cool.
Working with Mark Shapiro, there's an experience for you.
Someone had told me about Glenn Parsons, and he was a K2 skier. K2 is probably the ski brand that I've worked with the longest. So we hooked up and built a backcountry kicker beside a lift. And he started jumping, and I'm still not too current on the names of some of the jumps, but doing 360 with a tip cross and grabbing his binding. I'm sure there's a name for it. We got a good rapport going, and we've been doing a little bit each year. Well, today, for example, he jumped off a huge great cliff, crossed his skis, looked fantastic. Day glow bottoms, some step pistol or something. What we have here is just a big old rock where these guys are gonna huck their meat. You checked out the landing, huh?
How was it, Marco?
Awesome.
You got it?
Oh, that was awesome. You got an area for the film and bits and pieces and batteries and lenses. Sometimes these guys come pretty close, spray you with snow. Gotta keep the camera protected. I've been hit once or twice by some of these guys. One was a lady, she gave me 8 stitches in the head. And then it was Philip Boutte, slammed into me in Vallon Derby, broke my arm. but you know, occupational hazards.
Really pushes you to really progress, you know, like, because you know these photos are always going to turn out. It really makes you want to get your trick or stomp your trick, you know, really. And he knows how to pick a good line, you know, say, oh, well, look, if you come off here and I can get you there. And really knows what he's talking about, knows how to communicate with the rider really well. So, I don't know, I only got to ride with him once and that was a real eye-opener for me.
No, that's not what I wanted. No, pas comme ça.
No.
Ici.
Nah, man.
Okay. That's nice. Am I a legend? Well, that's what other people say. I get written about. Here I am being interviewed by you guys.
He's actually just a really nice, grumpy guy. Really nice, grumpy guy.
What the hell is that? Where my future will take me, well, I don't really know. I just follow my nose and hope everything works out.
When we return, it's the Equipment Check with Charlotte Moats.
I'm here to tell you about the most exciting adventure to come to ski country in years. Loon Mountain, New Hampshire, with its unparalleled snowmaking and ski terrain, has teamed up with the finest hospitality vacation group in the Northeast, In Season Resorts, to bring you a limited second home vacation opportunity of a lifetime. Imagine a second home in the mountains, made affordable by the most unique ownership plan ever devised. Loon Mountain is embarking upon a fantastic expansion plan, ensuring its position as New England's finest ski destination, and we are offering you a chance to be part of it. To preview this offer, be our guest for 2 nights, breakfast, dinner, and we'll throw in 2 free lift tickets, all for $99. How can you be so lucky? So come on up. Get out from your desk, leave your classroom, bolt from your job, and come on up. This is a one-time limited opportunity that won't come again. Loon Mountain, In-Season Resorts, and you. See you slopeside.
Winter's here in New England, and Neshoba Valley's the place to be. With 9 lifts serving 17 trails, winter skiing is only 30 minutes from Boston. With 100% snowmaking, Neshoba Valley offers winter fun 7 days, 7 nights. Come spend a day on the snow and dine in the Outlook that night. Whether skiing, boarding, or riding on New England's premier snow tubing park, when it comes to winter fun, Neshoba Valley has got it covered.
So much fun to be had up here at the Balsalsm. I can hardly stop to host the show. What's up next? Dan, have fun, Balsalsm. Oh, right, the Equipment Check. The Equipment Check's up next with Charlotte Moat at the ski market. I'm going snowshoeing.
Hey, I'm Charlotte Moats here with MSTV TV. And when you're on the hill, it's not just how well you can see, but how good you look. So today, it's all about goggles, helmets, and eyewear. What I love about these goggles from Smith is the fact that these pieces here, these plastic pieces, come out and you can put fluorescent green or silver, white, whatever you want. You can make them your own personal pair and they won't look like anybody else's. This is the Tactic helmet from Boeri. It's got this big, wide goggle band, which is great. It's user-friendly. Even a klutz like myself can get it together. It has the earpieces that can come out on a hot day, and it's got these vents that you can open and close. And it looks like Darth Vader. It's great. Other goggles that are cool, there's these Oakleys, and I've personally seen all their team riders like Pep Fujas, JP Auclair, Christy Leskinen, Seth Morrison, sitting at their computers with these goggles on their face, testing them, the fit, the foam, the color, the lens, giving them their direct input, and then they go back and they make the best product possible. These are another pair of Smiths. These are an old standby. The Egan brothers have been wearing these since they first came out, and they still work great. They've got the double lens, they won't fog up. They're a great goggle too. Smith also has these for girls. For women who have a smaller face, these are great. They're a little bit smaller for a narrow face, and they have this outrigger system, which works really well with a helmet. These Spies are a fun new school brand. They have this cool rubber which helps them stick to your helmet. These are designed to go with the helmet as well, so they won't slip. And they have the double lens and great vents, so they won't fog. These goggles are great for adults who need to wear them with glasses. The extra shape gives great peripheral vision and fits right over your glasses. This does the same thing for kids, because a lot of kids with glasses, until now, they didn't have any option for goggles. Well, Carrera has addressed that, and these go right over your glasses. They have vents on the side so that you don't fog up, and they fit with your helmet. Now for helmets. This is a great example of women's colors and women's design. It's also just as technical as any of the guys' stuff. This is really cool, the ratchet system from Giro. This makes your helmet adjustable. So it makes finding the perfect fit so much easier. It also has padded earpieces, so if you crash on the side of your head, you'll still be protected. Over here, it's a completely different pace. We've got the Bad Lieutenant from Giro. This is for the new school, maybe skier, but mostly snowboarders are sporting this thing. They've all got this. Super protective and original style, and even the pads inside are styled out. Now this is the helmet for the ultimate klutz. This has memory foam. It's marker, and they say that it has a lifetime guarantee, which means that you can hit an infinite number of trees and this thing will still protect you. Now for sunglasses. For example, these from Oakley with a wire frame may look really good hanging around at the lodge or après-ski, but they're not good to ski in, because if that frame breaks, the metal will stab you. If you're actually going to go up on the hill, you should try something like this with a plastic frame. It's much safer. This is another variation on that plastic frame with a whole lot of attitude. Smith has a few versions of this, and Smith's sliders are world famous. The cool thing about these glasses is that you can slide the lens out like this and change it out for any of these colors. You can also order more colors specifically for your needs. So there you have it, sunglasses, goggles, and helmets. I'm Charlotte Moats. I'm here for Muskie TV at the ski market, and we'll see you next time.
So I got my fresh specs on. Now we'll see if I can put them to work. And joining me is Sean Hill. He's one of the chief snowboarding instructors here at Neshoba Valley, and he's so good that he thinks he can get me, Mikey D, on one of these boards and shredding in no time. So Sean, I'm yours, man.
We'll see what we can do. You know, maybe by the end of the lesson we'll have you riding the half pipe or doing some backflips or something like that. But first we'll get your fundamentals down. Basically, these are your bindings. Heel side of your board's where your heel's going to be, obviously. Toe side of the board is where your toe's going to be. Your edges, these little metal lips right along the side of your board. Right. That's going to be what catches into the snow for you. Basically, it's going to make you turn, stop, do whatever you want to do. All right, what I'm going to show you first, we're going to do a little demonstration on skating. All right, well, why don't we get you strapped in? You're using step-in bindings right now. A lot of times you'll see kids with like regular bindings. What they're going to be, you're going to put your foot into them. You're going to clip the little pins on the side of your boot, right down on the side there. This side's going to come over. There you go. Step down nice and hard. Shake your foot around, see if it's good. All right. This is your leash right here. Okay. Got to make sure you have your leash done. It will not let you onto the lift if you do not have a leash. It's got to be hooked up.
This is what Dan Egan wanted to see all season long, me on a snowboard strapped in.
Just kind of slow yourself down with your foot and like just kind of walk with it. Just slow yourself down, and then you can turn your direction. All right, what we're gonna do right here is called skating. Basically, your foot's gonna be forward. We're just gonna glide a little bit. We're gonna give a couple pushes, and we're just gonna, go down there, come right to a natural stop. Doesn't matter really which side you push from.
Okay.
Looks like you're more comfortable with your foot in the back, same way that I do it. So if you wanna just watch me do this, and then we'll have you give it a try. So
All
you're gonna
right.
give a couple pushes, 1, 2, and then we're just gonna glide.
Makes it look easy. All right, I'll give it a go.
All right, give it a couple pushes, come right down towards me. There you go. You get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, it's real simple. It's real easy. All right, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna come down, pressure on your toe. You're gonna curl up just like that. Put pressure on your toe. There you go. Your stance down.
I think so.
Your free stance, shoulder straight. You ready to roll?
All right.
All right. Now you're gonna go down, put pressure on your toe. Pressure on the toe. And you gotta hook yourself back up. Keep your arms kind of like this, knees bent.
Doesn't want to go straight anymore.
There you go. All right, so 1, 2, and then just glide it out. Remember, your knees stay bent. There you go. Doesn't get much better than that. Real natural right there. Next stop for you is going to be the X-Games, I think.
So I'm going to stay here, work on my snowboarding. You stay where you are and enjoy Tony Horton's Mountain Fitness coming up next.
Don't go away. Muskie TV will be right back.
Don't wait in long lines. Wildcat's high-speed detachable quad can get you and 3 friends to the top of the mountain in just 6 minutes. And what's waiting for you there? Bumps, glades, backcountry skiing, and a great training center for beginners. Not enough reason for the short drive? Well, how about the talented and friendly instructors, a caring nursery, great new kitchen staff, awesome rentals, and a huge après ski scene upstairs at Tuckerman's Club. Check out skiwildcat.com for more information, current conditions, and online savings.
The Balsams in the Great North Woods. High in the White Mountains, this National Historic Site offers hassle-free alpine skiing and snowboarding on 16 trails and 5 graded areas. 95 kilometers of cross-country skiing, snowshoeing and snowmobile trails, and ice skating too. Delightful accommodations, award-winning cuisine, après-ski, and evening entertainment, all included in the Balsam's American Plan rate. Caring service that's known to spoil skiers. Discover the value of a Balsam's vacation. Ask about the Balsam's Sunday Night Special.
Atomic, we don't build compromises. We build equipment for people who love to ski. What's the key to our success? Atomic has continually delivered the most advanced technology on the planet. Helping everyday ski fanatics like you ski to your potential is our ultimate goal. Metron has redefined the parameters of all-terrain skis. Not unobtainium. Products you can ski. Products you can feel.
Man, there's so many different ways to stay in shape. If you're a runner or a biker in the spring and summer, fall, why aren't you out here snowshoeing? It's awesome. They make small little snowshoes for aerobic if you want to get out here and run. They make big ones like we're wearing so you can track through the woods. It's a great way to stay fit in the wintertime, stay warm, and have a blast. And of course, Tony Horton knows all about staying fit. He's going to loosen us up in Mountain Fitness up next.
It's time to shape up with Tony Horton and Mountain Fitness.
Here we go.
Hey everybody, Tony Horton here with Beachbody.com and Mountain Fitness, and today we are talking about core exercises. And what are core exercises? Core is the new word, the new fashion word in fitness. It's that band of muscles around your waist and in your back. It goes as low as your thighs and as high as your rib cage. And a lot of times you need a ball and different things, but with this stuff you need no ball. All you need is a floor. You got a floor, you can do core. You like the way I rhyme? I'm a rhymer. I do it all the time. Anyway, enough fooling around. So, this is called the core triple threat. It's 3 abdominal or core exercises that you do in a row. You can do 10, then 10, then 10. As you get stronger, do 20 or 30. The thing is, always find your line, always try to do more, maintain good form, and don't forget to breathe. I'm going to show you the 3 moves. We're going to do like 5 or 6 each, and then on your own, you can do them yourself. but try to go for 10 or 20 or 30, okay? The first one is called Crunchy Frog. I don't name them, I just do them, all right? So the legs are out, the arms are open, you're on your butt. Sometimes you're gonna fall. If you fall, get back up. Falling happens. It happens out in the hill. It's gonna happen here too, no big deal. Okay, so arms are out, wrap the legs, come on up. Wrap the legs, come on up. Why is this core? Because I'm using balance, coordination, I'm using my hip flexors and my abdominal all at the same time. So I'm just gonna show you a few. Here's the pace and speed. All right, on your own, you might do 10 or 20. Okay, first time out, do 10. Right, so let's say I'm at 9 and 10. Go to your back. Next one's called Pfeiffer Scissors. You're right on your back. You lift your body up. Tuck your chin into your chest. Straighten one leg, then the other. Heels off the floor, hands are up in the air. If this is too hard for you, you can modify it by going down to the floor. So, it's okay. A lot of you won't be able to straighten this leg. If it's bent and you can't get it up that high, that's fine. Forget about it. Don't beat yourself up. Get it straight and then hold it for a beat. I'll show it to you. Good. It's not this. You're not flailing. All right, take your time. Just like that. You need to go down, bend the knee. But fight for straight legs. Fight for it. Good. That's the second one, triple threat. I'm gonna show you this third one, called the Mason Kayak. Lock the hands, get the feet off the floor, punch, 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 punch. Here's the speed. Do as many as you can. The triple threat. Do all 3, 10, 20, 30 times. And when you're done, you've worked the core, you've worked your balance, you've worked your coordination, and it's gonna help you on the hill. That's important. Flexibility, strength, power, speed, coordination, balance. That's what I'm here for. I'm Tony Horton. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Not many people realize that I was a Nordic skier competitor. Well, not a very good one. I finished top 10 for the women in the Maine State Prep School Championships back in 1983. I was 53rd out of 57 in the guys. Not a great performance. But Nordic skiing builds balance, it builds fitness, and it's great. Stay tuned. Up next, it's our ski tip.
Listen up. Here's your ski tip of the week.
Okay, today's tip is simple. All you hotshots out there, you have to take one step back to get 2 forward. You know what I mean? I want you to come with me to the beginner area. That's right, a flat, open slope, no moguls, no steeps, beginner area. Because today we're going to work on letting the ski turn without turning the ski, just by engaging the edge. You engage the edge by rolling the ankle, roll it back to the other edge, and roll it again. Just engage the edge, the ski will turn, and you won't have to turn it. That's what shape skis are all about. Come, I'll show you. Once the ski is on edge and engaged, it will turn. That's the whole key. So on a flat slope, again, just engage the edge at the ankle. Now, why I start on a nice flat slope is because you can feel the difference of what it's like to roll at no speed, and as you pick up speed, you see that it gets easier. So on a nice flat slope, you can get your feet about shoulder width apart. This way, you can get as far forward as possible, get really far forward in your boots. And I don't mean bend at the waist, I mean get forward. Then just roll your skis onto edge and onto the next edge. An edge ski will turn. Simple. Up, roll, roll. Just roll from edge to edge. As you roll from edge to edge, you'll notice the ski starts to track across the slope, and you'll be turning without turning your foot. Once the ski starts tracking across the slope, you've got it. It's simple, but make sure you're on a nice, flat, wide-open slope and feel the ski track by simply engaging the edge. I'm Dan Egan. I'll see you next time.
More Must Ski TV when we return. Must Ski TV, brought to you by Ski Market and Underground Snowboards, your winter sports source. By the Balsalsm Wilderness, a grand resort hotel. And Suzuki, make the smart move.
Bretton Woods, New Hampshire's largest ski area, only a short drive away.
On the next CSI weekends, one insurance policy.
$1 million goes to the widow.
2 cases.
Murder for hire?
3 bodies.
Who'd you like to start with?
Finding the evidence can be difficult.
Needle in a haystack.
How are you at solving puzzles?
Piecing it together.
You're the puzzle guy.
Can be murder.
Something doesn't seem right.
Expect the unexpected.
We've got to find that bullet. On CSI weekends.
Saturday at 7 on WNDS.
The Balsalsm Resort truly is one of the most unique places in New England and, quite frankly, all of North America. The Grand Hotel, the skiing, all of the activities, and of course, the food is tremendous. And when you drive up here to Dixville Notch and you look over to your left and you see that hotel sitting on the next to the frozen lake, you think, magic. Winter Wonderland. That's what this place is. It's Winter Wonderland for families and friends and relatives. They gather here. Some come year after year after year. Come with me as we discover the Balsalsms.
We accommodate 400 guests when we're full. It takes 500 staff to do that. 350 of that staff is local, and half of them are related to each other. The rooms are really unique to the Balsalsms. There are really no 2 rooms alike. Each one is unique and distinctive and has its own appeal. They're all decorated differently. In the Hampshire house, which we call the New Wing, because it was built in 1917. All of the rooms there are a bit more predictable, but even in its design, each room side by side is different than the next one. There is a correspondence vertically, but one of the things that is unique about the Balsalsms is that guests come, we have an 86% return rate, and when they come back, they want the same room. Indeed, they want the same table in the dining room. They want the same starting time on the golf course, the same lesson time for ski instruction. And so they come back, and this is one of the most stable aspects of their lives. And they come and take possession of their space during their time at the Balsalsms, and it truly does become theirs. And that is as a result of our American plan hospitality, because we don't measure out the hospitality and amenities of the hotel. Every amenity of the hotel, including all of the meals and all of the activities and recreational facilities, are included in the rate. And so guests can have a sense that this is their place, because they're not being asked to pay extra for any of the amenities that they choose to do.
Scott certainly outdid himself on this one. If you like being outdoors, this is the place for you. You can snowshoe around either on our premises or around off our premises. There's lots of trails to be had. Same thing for cross-country skiing. The backcountry skiing is incredible. I hear rumor of ice climbers in Dixville Notch, just a quarter-mile away from here. If you like to go snow machining, we have snow machine trails all around, and we even open ours up off-season to snow machines to ride on our groomed trails as well. When you're out on our trail system, then you come across lakes and rivers and streams. You'll see more tracks than you can pretend to imagine to identify. As somebody new here, then I find that what's special about the Balsams is the way you're treated around here. Whether you're a guest or an employee, everybody's treated with an incredible amount of respect. And I think that anybody that comes here will feel more than welcome and be anxious to return for the same amount of hospitality that they received the first time and every time they've shown up.
More Must Ski TV when we return.
I'm here to tell you about the most exciting adventure to come to ski country in years. Loon Mountain, New Hampshire has teamed up with in-season resorts to bring you a limited second home vacation opportunity of a lifetime, made affordable by the most unique ownership plan ever devised. To preview this offer, be our guest for 2 nights, breakfast, dinner, and we'll throw in 2 free lift tickets, all for $99. This is a one-time limited opportunity that won't come again. Loon Mountain, in-season resorts, and you.
What do you think? Want to take a warm-up run? You don't? Come on, it's going to be fun.
SkiClinics.com, winter education for every generation.
Come on, follow me.
Fun, exciting, clinics for all abilities.
Wow, you're doing okay. Hang in there. We're going to jump off this one.
Check it out this winter. SkiClinics.com, winter education for every generation.
For years, I wanted a car that was stylish.
Elegant. Refined.
Not one of those cookie-cutter sedans.
So I shopped around. Boy, did I shop.
Did I shop? And got the car I was waiting for. Oh, Suzuki Verona.
I love this car.
It's so roomy.
And powerful.
Comes with everything.
Makes me feel like a rich guy.
And it comes with America's #1 warranty.
That clinched it for me.
Suzuki Verona.
It's the mid-size.
That's huge.
Verona.
Man, oh man, it's a beautiful January winter day up here at the Balsams. It's awesome. Now, once you finish breakfast here at the Balsams, you walk outside the dining room and you see Mr. Activity Man. He has activities for every hour of the day. And some of my favorites is the snowshoeing and the Nordic skiing. It's awesome. Here at the Balsams, there's miles and miles of trails. Check this out, the snowshoeing and the Nordic skiing at the Balsams.
Balsams is probably the best kept secret in cross-country skiing. It's too far north for some people to travel, but if they do, it's well worth their while. We have more snowfall annually than most other places in New England, and it lasts longer to the season and generally comes sooner. We have trails that are fit for both expert level, and we have lessons for beginners and intermediates that we offer here as well. We offer beginner lessons in both classical and skate technique. We offer clinics called Hills Without Fears, both ascending a hill and descending a hill, and techniques for overcoming the difficulties and challenges that they might present if maybe you didn't know how to ski. We also offer private lessons up to advanced, whether that be classic or skate, and you can come and request those for any time of the day.
What we're going to do is we're going to continue thinking about that little bit of weight that comes onto one ski so that we can push off a little bit more onto the other ski. Okay, and we're still going to be using our hands in here, but try and just extend that glide a little bit. Because again, if you're not conserving your energy, it means you can only go for an hour as opposed to an hour and a half, or 2 hours, or 8 hours, or whatever is your pleasure.
We offer waxing clinics for anybody interested in learning how to wax, as well as offering a service of waxing one's skis. We have everything that you would need to come out and enjoy your skiing around here. The snowshoe trails here are newer than the cross-country ski trails. We have a whole network, and we also have snowshoes that you can rent if you don't come with your own. Comes as part of a package if you're here as a guest at the Balsalms. You can go up high in the mountains, you can stay down low, lots of different terrain, lots of beautiful things to see. You get some open areas and you get some closed-in areas amongst the trees. So whatever you're looking for, we can point you in the direction of where to find it here at the Balsalms.
Snowshoeing is definitely a workout. You can definitely build up some aerobic activity, just how much you put into it. Dress in layers and be ready to get warm snowshoeing. It's fun. Being at the Balsalms is great. You wake up, have a great breakfast, strap on your snowshoes and go. There's so much terrain out here, and you can always go and never see anybody and just be by yourself or be with your family and friends. It's great. I've been coming to the Balsalms since the mid-'80s with my family, and now I come on my own, and it's a great time. It's like a dreamland up here. It's a pretty magical place.
Don't go away. Muskie TV will be right back. Muskie TV, brought to you by Ski Market and Underground Snowboards, your winter sports source. By the Balsalms Wilderness, a grand resort hotel. And Suzuki, make the smart move.
To build a better ski, you need an advanced power transfer system. In action, B5 suspended power channels apply constant pressure for tenacious grip along the entire effective edge. Power extenders act like shock absorbers, devouring chatter without compromising ski snow contact. Take B5 for a rip and discover how Atomic is turning skiing inside out.
Hi, I'm Gail Scott Key, and here's what's happening next week. Music Worcester presents Jazz Goes to Church on January 21st at 8 p.m. at Mechanics Hall. Join 1984 Olympic gold medalist Bill Johnson for the second annual Vertical Challenge for Brain Injury Awareness on January 22nd at the Cranmore Ski Resort. And the Children's Museum of Portsmouth presents Stretching the Service through February. For more information on these events or to let us know about your event, log on to WNDS.com.
While Dan and company continue frolicking up in the Balsalms, we'll bring it back down further south. I'm joined now by Melinda Berenger, a ski instructor here in Neshoba Valley. And Melinda, how long have you been here at Neshoba?
This is my third season.
Third? How do you get into it? How do you become a ski instructor?
Well, I was fortunate enough to retire at age 40, and now I get to do neat things like this. Playing, there is a certification program. We've got a wonderful, wonderful certification program, one of the largest ski schools in New England, actually, largest staff, so.
I'm looking around, I see tons of kids over there skiing, snowboarding. that's the best time to take this up. If you're going to learn, don't do it like me, picking it up in your late 30s. Do it as a kid. How come it's easier for them to learn?
We train them at age 3, actually. That starts this week, and it's the best time to get that lateral motion going, the flexion, everything, you know, and their little brains aren't quite ready to take it all in, but they just have fun with it. You're introducing the sport, keeps them intrigued, and you just need to make it fun.
It's probably easier because they're not afraid either, like some of our grown-ups are,
Low
right?
center of gravity, too. You know, when they fall, it doesn't hurt like it hurts us. So.
All right, tell us a little bit about the ski school. How do kids get involved? How do the parents set them up?
We've got private lessons that are available throughout the week and weekends, and in about an hour, this place is going to be a sea of school kids. We do an after-school program here, which we bus the kids in from all the local schools. Proximity to Boston is our greatest selling point here. We're so close, but great school programs. They come every day, Monday through Friday after school, so it's a wonderful, wonderful way for those kids to end their school day and get some fun in and some exercise. So. And
then if they do all their homework and learn how to ski, they get a star on their forehead, and they also get to graduate to your racing school. Exactly. Tell us a little bit about that.
Exactly. That's a little different from what I'm doing, but we've got an adult racing school at night. Fun, lots of fun. And then we've got a kids racing camp, kids racing programs, all after school. Pretty intense. They come down right here. This will all be set up as a race course, and they fly.
How fast
Stay out of the way.
How fast do they go? I'm watching some of them come down.
Clocking, I'm not quite sure. We clocked a few of them last year, and we'll need to check with Sally, our race director, but we'll get some updates for you on that.
And that's even the kid. How old do you have to be? Is there a minimum age or a skill level requirement? Do you have to pass a test to get into
racing,
that?
Well, some of my friends' kids were out here at age 9 and 10 last year, so ability, you know, they work with them. They're great, and boy, to see the change beginning of season to the end of season, amazing, the growth. So,
All right, maybe I'll race a few of them down the hill.
There
Melinda
you
Behringer,
go.
thanks so much for taking the time to join us. Yeah. Still plenty more to come on Must Ski TV, where I guess we'll head back up north and rejoin Dan and his friends up in the Balsalsm. Stay tuned.
Ski area opened for the winter. Their first winter season was the winter of 1966. The lodge was built and the trails were constructed just prior to that. And the hotel wanted to have year-round amenities. So even though we close spring and fall for an off-season just to do extensive maintenance and some other repairs and things like that, we're closed for about 8 weeks, you know, for a period in the spring and fall. But opening in '66 let us run, become a 4-season resort. The terrain is a lot different. They put a lot of money a couple years ago into a couple new lifts. One is right up here, a new triple that services our beginner terrain, which was all blasted and regraded, which is a huge improvement, and another triple that takes you to the top over here. So that's, I didn't think I'd see it in my lifetime, but it happened, and we're pretty thankful. We've been doing a lot of work over the last couple years with the crew in the fall, making some tree skiing areas. And we've got, I guess we're up to five graded areas right now, a couple more unofficial. So if you know where to find them, or if you just kind of look at the trail map and pay attention, you'll find them. And so there's almost everything you want to have is here. Number one, it's a great place to come learn to ski. You're not going to be intimidated by terrain, especially if you stay out of the woods, and you're not going to be intimidated by other crowds. So as far as coming here, learning to ski, or spending time with your family, it's probably the best place in the East that I can think of to come. I see a lot more families that are coming now, where in the past we had a saying years ago, I'm talking years and years ago, that a lot of people that came to Balsalms were the newlyweds or the nearly deads, a lot of elderly folks or honeymooners. And now it's much more families, people my age with kids. And we've seen a lot of the kids that I saw as guests when they were here with their families, who are my age, are now back with their kids. So it's kind of, it's generational. Even though a lot of people have the conception, for whatever reason, that we're a private resort just here for the hotel guests, it's not the case. We welcome the public. We have day tickets every day. And one thing that folks don't know is during weekday, non-holiday times, Monday through Friday, it's 2 for 1. So 2 people ski for the adult lift ticket price of $30. So $15 a person to come ski. What we have is a pretty good deal today.
More Must Ski TV when we return.
Since right after Christmas, Mid-Atlantic resorts have been frustrated by unseasonable temperatures. But here at Snowshoe Mountain in West Virginia, they've managed to keep more than 40 trails open despite limited cold air. And that just shows you how fast Snowshoe made snow when they had the temperatures before Christmas. Now, by the end of this week, Snowshoe's veteran crew will be starting another snowmaking assault.
If you're headed for the slopes this weekend, be sure to bring your goggles because the snowmakers will be busy at Sugarloaf, Sunday River, and Saddleback in Maine. Saddleback will be holding a collegiate casino day on Saturday. Trail counts have risen in the past week at Shawnee Peak, Lost Valley, and at Cranmore and North Conway, and that trend will continue. Very little mild air is reached as far north as Wildcat, Attitash, or Breton Woods. Snowmaking will soften the surfaces this weekend at Cannon Mountain, Loon Mountain, and at Waterville Valley. Mount Sunapee, Crotchet Mountain, and Ragged Mountain are good choices for the weekend. Crotchet has 2 terrain parks open, including one that runs top to bottom. Pat's Peak is in full operation, and look for trail counts to head up in the coming days at Dartmouth Skiway and at Tenney Mountain. The Balsams Wilderness avoided the warmth this week, as did Sugarbush and Smuggler's Notch, where the groomed runs are your best bets. Jay Peak will be snowy this weekend, while the mountain crews will be resurfacing and expanding terrain at Ascutney and Killington.
Cold air is coming back to the east this weekend. This time, I think it'll stay a while. I'm Herb Stevens, the skiing weatherman. I'll see you next week from Whiteface in New York.
Don't go away. Must Ski TV will be right back. You want to drive or do you want to ski? Why spend all day in the car when you can spend all day on the slopes? Mount Sunapee is just 90 minutes from Boston and only 30 minutes from Concord, New Hampshire. Ski Magazine readers recently rated Mount Sunapee #1 in New Hampshire for snow quality, service, and accessibility. With 57 trails, 9 lifts, New Hampshire's hottest halfpipe, and some of New England's finest views, there really is no other choice. Check us out at MountSunapee.com, just off Interstate 89. Mount Sunapee, close to home.
I'm here to tell you about the most exciting adventure to come to ski country in years. Loon Mountain, New Hampshire has teamed up with In-Season Resorts to bring you a limited second home vacation opportunity of a lifetime, made affordable by the most unique ownership plan ever devised. To preview this offer, be our guest for 2 nights, breakfast, dinner, and we'll throw in 2 free lift tickets, all for $99. This is a one-time limited opportunity that won't come again. Loon Mountain, In-Season Resorts, and you.
Visit Neshoba Valley, New England's premier snow tubing park.
On the next CSI Weekends. One insurance policy.
$1 million goes to the widow.
2 cases.
Murder for hire?
3 bodies.
Who'd you like to start with?
Finding the evidence can be difficult.
Needle in a haystack.
How are you at solving puzzles?
Piecing it together.
You're the puzzle guy.
Can be murder.
Something doesn't seem right.
Expect the unexpected.
We've got to find that bullet. On CSI Weekends.
Saturday at 7 on WNDS.
If you grew up in Boston like I did as a kid, you watched Bobby Orr. I just don't skate like him. But here at the Balsalms, you can. The activities never stop. Snowboarding, skiing, now skating and dog sledding. Don't miss it. Come on, I want to show you more activities.
We come to Balsalsm 5 times a year. Great place to come. We do 6 an hour. Each sled will do 3 an hour. They're 20-minute rides. The first few are pretty fast, so they go to about 10 minutes. And we'll just do that all the way to 3:30 this afternoon and get as many people on as we can. We run Alaskan Huskies, and these are a cross of the best dogs from New Hampshire. They've been racing for 22 years. We start in 4-wheeler in September. We bring them right up till now, and we started 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we just hit snow, and we started doing tours. Most of what I do now is just tours. It helps pay for all the dog food and stuff, obviously. And I just enjoy it. I enjoy being with the people and turning people on to a new sport. Well, mostly what you do is you use your commands. You use your G and your haw. G would be right, haw would be left, same as your horse commands. And whoa, obviously, to stop. What we have here is a drag pad. That's when we just want to go slow and slow the team down. If we want to stop, we hit the brake. These are the top line brake systems which go down all the way, claws, with cleats on them, heavy duty. This particular sled has a lot of rack in it, and it will actually turn. It's one of the few sleds you can actually drive instead of sitting in like a brick and letting it float. This one actually steers. These are all designed over in Whitefield by Carl Brown CB sled. We prototyped a lot of these sleds. This particular sled, this is a prototype from a Iditarod sled that went in last year. Rick Mackey, one of the Mackeys, drove last year in the sled. And this year we'll be doing some new designs for some of the top mushers that actually won the Iditarod last year. They'll be running some new composite skis and particular stuff like that. The dogs we have hooked up, today we're running 7-dog teams, so we'll have 1 lead dog listening to us. Sometimes it's better to have 2 because it takes the pressure off the lead dog. The lead dog's the smartest dog, maybe not the strongest dog, but has the biggest brain. It can handle the pressure. There's a lot of pressure to being in front of dogs in a team and being pulled and doing it all the time, especially when you're doing a lot of weight. They don't always want to do it. Yeah, if you guys are interested in going for a tour or something like that, you can be reached at whitemountainsleddog.com. That's whitemtnsleddog.com. And we're available for day tours, full days or half-day tours. Best time to go out is during the week. And if you get a chance to come up to the Balsalms, we do it 5 times a year here. They treat us real well. And some people plan their vacations around us up here. And we've taken a lot of people out in this area.
Yeah, tubing is where it's at, I think, my friend.
Well, there's no fancy gear. There's no high technology here. It's just a simple little rubber inner tube and our cabooses.
It's kind of like being a kid. I think I can remember that far back, actually.
Check this out. I know you're going to like this. Check it out. No chairlift.
Yeah, I wish I had some of these on the mountain. I'd be more likely to go even more than I do now.
I tell you, it would be to your benefit and to the safety and well-being of all other skiers to learn how to dismount from the chair.
Yeah, I have a hard enough time just getting on it, Michael. You should have seen that part of it. I don't know if my butt's going to fit. Hey, Michael, wake me when we get to the top. Hi, Mom. Look, no hands.
Here I am. I'm laying down. I'm hard at work, as always, because this is what we do here at Must Ski TV.
These things are missing a cup holder. That'd be the only improvement I'd make.
It's like a whirly bird.
We're going to take those poor kids out in a second.
Holy mother! Much faster than I thought. Check this out.
Damn.
Catch us now, Egan. Those kids better move or else they're going to be roadkill.
Much better than skis. I'm already on my butt.
Some extra weight pulling this thing down.
That was pretty good, Michael.
Yeah, not too shabby.
I could do that.
Whoa. So Egan is determined to pit you against me in a competition to see who can get to the bottom of the mountain faster.
I think Egan's just determined to see us kill ourselves so he can laugh.
Exactly. So you know what? For now, forget the skis, forget the snowboard. You and I, mano a mano, in tubes, first one to the bottom, buys drinks.
All right, how about the winner gets the recliner back in the studio?
I like that. Here we go.
Yeah. De Blasi, you're toast!
Look at this. He's got
I think I'm caught in a spin cycle.
Oh, D.
I think I'm dizzy.
The panels didn't even make it to the bottom. It's all right, Teddy, really. I mean, after all, what do you expect? Egan pushed you off. Let's get out of here before he catches up.
No kidding.
Whew, stick around. Coming up next, Amy Quigley and your snow news from New England and around the world.
Hi, I'm Amy Quigley with the Weekly Snow News. With the 3-day Martin Luther King weekend upon us, it's a great time to get out and hit the slopes. And there are many reasons to head to your favorite resort this holiday weekend. Here's a quick preview. At New Hampshire's Gunstock, Saturday is gearing up to be quite festive with the USASA Ski Halfpipe event. It's in Gunstock's Blundersmoke Halfpipe. But if you can't make it this weekend, or if this event sounds a little too extreme, hit Gunstock in 2 Saturdays for the Mountain Dew Vertical Challenge on the 22nd of January. If you're driving north to Vermont this weekend, here's a unique event. On Saturday night, Okemo Mountain will be offering a snowshoe tour. It starts at 7 p.m., taking participants up Bull Run for what the mountain describes as a bird's eye view of the evening's fireworks. The fireworks will go off at 7:30 p.m. For more information on the tour, check out Okemo's website. If you visit the mountains of western Maine, Sunday River has a whole slew of activities. Aside from skiing and riding on over 100 trails, they've got some fun events. To celebrate the holiday weekend, the mountain will have fireworks just after 8 p.m. on Saturday night. Sunday River will also host the Eastern Freestyle Moguls and Big Air competition on Saturday and Sunday. But you must be a USSA member to compete. Nonetheless, if you're not a member, it'll be a great event to watch. And speaking of mogul events, the U.S. Freestyle team has been ripping it up on the World Cup front. Last weekend, the team was north of the border in Mount Tremblant, Canada. While there, they swept both the moguls and aerial events. The domination started on Saturday with Vail's Toby Dawson winning the moguls competition. With the win, he put himself on top of the World Cup points race. Also making the podium on Saturday was Jeremy Bloom taking the silver and Luke Westerlund with the bronze. On Sunday, the U.S. Freestyle team continued its winning streak with a sweep in the aerials competition. If you want to see some of the U.S. ski team's best to compete in person, this weekend there'll be some mogul, aerial, and jumping action in Lake Placid, New York. The Nature Valley Freestyle Challenge starts tomorrow with the men's aerials. One other note in racing news. Alpine skier Christina Kosnick made a podium appearance last Sunday in Santa Caterina, Italy. She took the silver in the World Cup slalom. Last weekend, outdoor enthusiasts enjoyed and appreciated snow in the mountains of New England. Most resorts are reporting about a half foot of snow. But New Hampshire's Wildcat, perhaps because of its location in Pinkham Notch, got up to a foot in some spots. While Easterners are thrilled with the snowfall in our neck of the woods, some Western resorts have almost too much of the white stuff, if there can actually be such a thing. Here's a quick profile of what transpired in Kirkwood, California last weekend. The mountain received between 40 and 47 inches of snow. If that sounds outrageous, check this stat out. So far this season, they've received over 240 inches in some spots alone. So if you're planning a Western trip, the closest airport to Kirkwood is in Reno, Nevada. That's all in the world of snow news tonight. For those of you staying here in the East this weekend, there's tons of great skiing and riding to be had in the area. So get on out there and hopefully we'll see you on the slopes.
Don't go away. Muskie TV will be right back.
For years, I wanted a car that was stylish.
Elegant. Refined.
Not one of those cookie-cutter sedans.
So I shopped around. Boy, did I shop.
Did I shop? And got the car I was waiting for. Oh, Suzuki Verona.
I love this car.
It's so roomy.
And powerful.
Comes with everything.
Makes me feel like a rich guy.
And it comes with America's #1 warranty.
That clinched it for me.
Suzuki Verona. It's the mid-sized.
That's huge.
Verona.
Bretton Woods, New Hampshire's largest ski area, only a short drive away.
Winter's here, New England, and Neshoba Valley's the place to be. Only 30 minutes from Boston, Neshoba Valley features New England's largest ski and snowboard school for all ages and abilities. With over 2,000 skis and boards in the rental shop and 100% snowmaking, Neshoba Valley offers winter fun 7 days, 7 nights. Whether skiing, boarding, or riding on New England's premier snow tubing park. When it comes to winter fun, Neshoba Valley has got it covered.
Think you can buy this 5-piece bedroom for $7.99 from my competitors?
Forget about it.
Or this bedroom for only $7.99 from them?
Forget about it.
They offer you so-called free interest and free delivery.
Forget about it. Nothing's free. It's built into their price.
Want double talk? Go to them.
Want straight talk and pure value?
Gimmicks are gone forever. Come on down to my Bob's. It's a whole new day.
We know you had a choice. Thanks for watching WNDS, and tell a friend.
Hey, what a day. The sun's out, middle of January. How can you beat this? This is the new year we've all been waiting for. Hey, up next, it's Mount Sunapee Resort and Review. We have a very special resort and review this week. As a matter of fact, we have a person in review this week, Kristen Ulmer, one of the longtime famous local people here in the East Coast that's gone on to ski the world and gone all over the places, joining us here at Sunapee, the world famous, ladies and gentlemen, Kristen Ulmer. Kristen.
Hi, Dan.
What's happening?
We've gone on a lot of trips
We've
together.
gone on a
I
lot
haven't
of
seen
trips.
Dan in a long time. I'm so happy to see you.
It's nice to be here. So you want to go skiing with me?
Yes, please.
It's been too long.
Yes, it has been too
All right.
long.
Hang on tight. We're going to go skiing with Kristen Ulmer up next.
Your loved ones are the only ones that can bring you down. Dana, put your guard down. Dana, put your guard down for me.
Kristen, what's going on, my friend?
Dan, it's really good to see you. I haven't seen this guy in years. We haven't skied together in years. We used to go on ski trips, like 5 ski trips a year or something back in the day.
Living in vans and cars and traveling all over the West and Canada. From those early days when we were on the North Face Extreme team, I find it very, it's kind of cool now that we have a lot of the same sponsors.
Yeah, see,
these years later.
This is interesting because we had the same sponsors 10 years ago, and then now we haven't seen each other for 10 years, and we show up here at Sunapee, and we all have the same sponsors again. I think you're stalking me, or I'm stalking you.
Exactly.
Or we both have Hestra gloves. I just noticed that.
Hestra.
We both have Obermeyer,
the Atomics, of course, Lakey.
Turtle Fur.
Turtle Fur.
Do you have Scott?
I don't have Scott, I have Smith.
Oh, okay.
This is where
excuse me,
we
I gotta
break
go.
off,
I can't,
It's amazing. So
I have beer goggles.
I know.
I am so
Blue
much
Ribbon.
cooler than you.
Dude, baby, you've always been cooler than me.
No, babe, you've been cooler than me. But now I'm cooler than you for the first time because I have the beer goggles, the Pabst Blue Ribbon.
The beer goggles, nice. And tell me what you're doing here at Sunapee.
At Sunapee here today, I am skiing with a group of people who have come out to take a lesson from me. All athletes say that their sport is 90% mental and 10% physical, but most ski clinics and certainly all ski school lessons out there focus on the 10% of the sport that's physical, like getting your hands forward, how to arc a ski. But I'm really experimenting a lot with trying to teach from the mental side of skiing. And what I'm doing is I've created these 4-day ski workshops called Ski to Live. And it focuses on the mental side of the skiing in more ways than just on snow. We're also getting together with a spiritual presenter who helps people understand better who they are as people in order to affect their skiing, or helps them understand who they are as skiers to help them affect their lives.
Nice, that's awesome. I mean, it's so important because, in all of our clinics we find, and the ones we used to do together back in the day, people come to the slopes to learn to ski, but there's more to it. There's a lot going on. And when people start to break through in this sport, they break through in their life too.
Oh yeah, and it's such a mental game. This sport is such a mental game. It's like golf. But you're going really fast, and if you fall, you could hit a tree or a small group of children. So I mean, there's just so much going on, and to try and quiet our minds down and just get down to the basics of skiing is a really important thing if you want to improve your skiing.
That's cool. We both, grew up skiing here in New Hampshire. And it's amazing that, a couple kids growing up here in New Hampshire, we've gone off to ski the world. How has New Hampshire been a good training ground for you?
People say that the best skiers come from the east because they learn how to carve on ice, but I think the best skiers come from the east because if after 20 years skiing the east, and just the hard-packed, bulletproof, freezing cold skiing in the rain, if you still love skiing, you must really, really love the sport. And I think that ultimately the best skiers are the ones that love the sport the most.
That's it. That's it. How would you sum up your career for me?
Well, I was voted or called by the ski industry the best overall woman skier for 12 years. There wasn't a lot of competition back then amongst the women. And I would say that I did so great because I tried to compete with the men like you. I tried to, I'd show up and I'd like, okay, Dan, I'm going to kick your butt, And you don't know that was my internal dialogue, but that's pretty much what I had. It's all, yeah. But now now the ego's gone. I'm just,
Just kicking our butt anyways, because you can. You were talking earlier. Do you remember when we were filming out there at Grand Targhee and you out-jumped all the guys that day?
Oh, geez, that's because you tricked me. So, okay, there was this movie that we were both in, and there was an interview saying, oh yeah, I caught the biggest air, and a lot of people saw this movie, and I heard about it for years. But the reason why I caught the biggest air, what was that, like a 70-foot jump?
Big.
It was really big. It was only supposed to be about a 50-foot jump, but it was a blind jump, like I skied into it and I couldn't see it. And so Dan had me on a radio and he's like, okay, yeah, point it from there. And so I was following his orders, and next thing you know, I'm 70 feet off the ground going, and then somehow I managed to land it.
You stuck
and
it.
Ski away. Purely by accident. I think I might have had my eyes closed. There's different ways to express yourself, and people that choose sports, and specifically skiing, choose to express themselves physically, kinesthetically. And so skiing can be just a great way to express yourself. It can be a great teacher about life and who you are as a person. And people kept saying, oh, you should run ski clinics, run ski clinics. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to run ski clinics. It's so been there, done that. And then I started coming up with this idea like, oh, well, I'll run life clinics that use skiing as a teacher, which could also be ski clinics that use life as the teacher. And it has just been a winning combination. I think especially since 9/11, people want more meaning. It's not just hedonism or fun or pleasure, but actually skiing can be a really great teacher for your life. And so that's why I decided to run these 10 clinics.
Nice. You know, Kristen, I love Sunapee because this is where I learned how to ski from the age of 5.
Oh, I grew up 5 miles away
Yeah.
in Henniker, right by Pass Peak. And I love coming to Sunapee just because the people, I mean, the terrain is so fantastic. The runs are really long. If I growing up knew that there was Sunapee just down the road, I would have come here all the time.
It's so good to see you again.
It's so good.
Man, what a glorious day it is up here at the Balsalms. How can you miss? Blue sky, sun, great snow. I love this stuff. Hey, I'm going to kick back here on the deck. You watch Ted Panos learn to ski.
Good luck! You know what? I don't need that Egan character. I can do this on my own. Hey kid, how's things down there? See those kids on the snowboard? That's gonna be de Blasi. It's pretty sad when the kid walking is getting up the mountain faster than I am. This is the tricky part, getting off. Ha-ha! Step 1 complete. I'm up the mountain. All right, let's see if I remember. Point the skis down the mountain, bend the knees, lean forward, and away we go. This isn't so hard. Who needs Egan? Turn. Slow down. Watch out for the people. Sorry. Good place for a tractor. I may not be the best skier out here, but these fancy duds Egan got me, I'm probably the best dressed. Knees in. Watch out for the Gatorade bottle. Hey kid, you want a lesson? All right, for the kid prone on the middle of the slope. He looks like he's in pain. All right. If you want to turn right, bend the left knee in. Look right. Keep going. Right at the camera. Smile, wave. Watch out for the poor camera guy. Another day on the mountain and no broken bones. Sounds successful to me. See you guys later.
Teddy, my man.
Daniel, how are you?
You're doing so good. What's happening?
I'm a regular pro at this now, man.
You are.
See what happens? You're a good teacher.
Hey, I'm doing all right. It's a big week for you, Ted.
It is.
Yep.
What are we doing?
We got to move up to the chairlift.
Uh-oh. Now, Dan, you know, I have a fear of heights in chairlifts.
You do, right?
Yes, that's my biggest fear of skiing.
That's it. And, you know, you're not alone. I think a lot of people get nervous about it. But we're just this week, we're going to show you how to get on it, how to relax while we're up there, but more importantly, how to get off.
You bringing the vodka?
That's it.
That's the only way I'm relaxing on it, my friend.
So what do you think? You want to give it a shot?
All right, just for you.
You're the man.
All right.
We'll be all right.
You got it.
Yeah. They can do it, you can do it, Ted.
All right. If you insist.
Big thing is just to be relaxed.
Okay.
And sit. You're a natural, Ted. How do you do it, my man?
Oh, nice and easy,
Here
huh?
comes the bar. It's almost like self-service.
Yeah, you know, like I wasn't ready to sit, but the chair told me that I was going to sit, so.
Yeah, you just hold on.
I'll make sure to hold on. Now, why are we going so close to the trees?
You know what's nice about the chair is you can get up and look around and you just enjoy the view here at Neshoba. You know?
Yeah, you're up real high, you're right.
But you know, really for beginners, chairs are the way to go because they're easy once you get used to them. You know, the old rope toes, the J-bars, the Palmas, that was actually a skill set that you had to learn. Here, we're just sitting on the couch and enjoying our day.
We're a little higher up than I'm used to being.
I want you to know that technically we're moving into an intermediate.
Intermediate, yeah. See, I've graduated.
You have graduated.
I'll kick the Blasi's butt in no time.
Teddy Panos, unbelievable.
Oh, it's easier than it looked, wasn't it?
I can totally say that your skill to get on far exceeds your skill to get off.
Yeah, it was a good thing that the camera wasn't rolling. There was an awful lot of falling down going on there, folks.
Well, look, when we get back here next week, I'll focus more on getting off the chairlift.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
And then you're going to focus on a way to get me down the mountain, standing upright.
Everybody's safe, and thanks. We'll see you next week. The terrain parks these days are getting big. Big jumps, long rails, tabletops. It's amazing. Nobody knows them better than Kevin Cochran. Up next in the Terrain Park Report.
Hey, this is Kevin Corcoran with your weekly Terrain Park Report. This week coming to you from Wachusett Mountain. A couple of weeks ago, they had the East Coast Invitational Rail Jam here, and they still have those rails in their parks. They got all kinds of new stuff. They got a couple flat down rails. They got a doghouse fun box. They got a C rail. They got a C rail. They got a C rail. They got a flat to down box. They got a couple new kink rails with stairs. They got a sweet down rail. And their terrain park looks like it's going to be pretty hot this year. This week I'm with Sarah Vital and Alyssa Sherburne, two girls who kill it. So you girls are both competitive snowboarders. What events do you guys hit each year?
Pretty much whatever pops up. We always do the gravity rail at Mount Snow, the shop showdown at noon, Eastern Borders, last call, wherever that is.
Whatever slope style, half pipe, rail jams on the East Coast.
Sarah, what's your favorite type of element to ride in the terrain park?
I like jumps and rails.
How about you, Alyssa?
Boxes are kind of my favorite.
Why is that?
Leave a little bit more room to practice new tricks, spinning onto them.
Looks like Wachusett has taken the time and spent some money on their rails this year. Looks like they've really improved a lot of things, and they've had Mike King welding up some really crazy elements for them. Have you girls ever been here to Wachusett Mountain before?
No, it's our first time at Wachusett.
I'm pretty excited to try some of these rails out. I think I'm going to head up on the hill and see what's happening. I'm Kevin Corcoran, and I'll see you in the parks.
More Muskie TV when we return.
I'm here to tell you about the most exciting adventure to come to ski country in years. Loon Mountain, New Hampshire has teamed up with In-Season Resorts to bring you a limited second home vacation opportunity of a lifetime, made affordable by the most unique ownership plan ever devised. To preview this offer, be our guest for 2 nights, breakfast, dinner, and we'll throw in 2 free lift tickets, all for $99. This is a one-time limited opportunity that won't come again. Loon Mountain, In-Season Resorts, and you.
Hey, I'm going to go skiing next on Ski Bumology at the Bull Wheel Sugar Bush. That's the place to get your snowboard tuned.
Hey, John Egan with this week's Ski Bumology. And you know, early season riding has taken its toll on my equipment. I love a nice tune. Let's see what the boys in the shop have to say.
What we have here is called the Sigma S350. It's a new product from Wintersteiger. The nice thing about this is the adjustability, especially when you're tuning a snowboard. It's all the feed wheel. You can actually interchange all these blue wheels here to grind a convex or concave board a lot easier. It's much more user-friendly. Having such a big surface area on the snow, good structure, good glide is much more important than on a pair of skis. The versatility of this machine is really, you can't put a price tag on that. What we have here is all the programs that are entered at the factory. So by simply touching the number, you can scroll through whatever type of pattern you're looking to have depending on the snow conditions. 30 come from the factory. And with each program, so we want to do a nice bind. It shows you what the structure is going to be like. You can change everything about this, from the amount of pressure going down on the equipment, the speed of the stone, the speed of the equipment running over the stone, the dressing speed, i.e. the RPMs of the stone during the dressing process. You can change the degree of the angle, 30, 60, or 90. You can change the speed of the diamond dresser. Diamond is actually what cuts the pattern into the stone. And also how many 1/1000ths of an inch that diamond will shoot into the stone before dressing. It's called advancement. The more that diamond advances, the deeper the pattern's going to get cut, which is all in relationship to the speed of the stone during the process of dressing. Say we like this pattern for the type of terrain and snow that we see here at this mountain. I actually have the option to save it, and I can rename it. We can name it like Dan's Grind if we want to do that. It's nice finally to have some new top-of-the-line equipment to work on here. If you're out skiing or riding, definitely stop in and see us. We've got the best technology available in the valley. Some good experienced people to run all this equipment.
Well, thanks, Pete. That was great. I'll be in later on to see you at the bull wheel, get my own boards waxed up, tuned up. This is John Egan for Ski Bumology. And remember, keep the P-Tech side down. See you on the hill.
Oh, man. I want to thank you, really, today. Thanks for hanging out here at Must-Ski TV and watching the show. The Balsams are an awesome place. This place is amazing. It has everything. For family fun activity, this could be the #1 spot in New England in my mind. So much to do. The skating, the snowboarding, the Nordic skiing, the dog sledding, the snowshoeing. It's amazing. Hey, I'm Dan Egan. I really want to thank you for watching the show. Send me your emails at info@mustskitv.com, and I'll see you next time on Must-Ski TV.
Must-Ski TV, brought to you by Ski Market and Underground Snowboards, your winter sports source. By the Balsalsm Wilderness, a grand resort hotel. And Suzuki, make the smart move. Thanks for watching. Make sure to tune in next week for more Must-Ski TV. It's the only 2-hour primetime action-packed show where you have to get down to get back up. With all your favorite New England and worldwide personalities, Charlotte Motes, Tony Horton, John Egan, Ted Panos, Mike DeBlasi, and of course, Mr. Ski himself, Dan Egan. want to drive or do you want to ski? Why spend all day in the car when you can spend all day on the slopes? Mount Sunapee is just 90 minutes from Boston and only 30 minutes from Concord, New Hampshire. Ski Magazine readers recently rated Mount Sunapee #1 in New Hampshire for snow quality, service, and accessibility. With 57 trails, 9 lifts, New Hampshire's hottest half-pipe, and some of New England's finest views, there really is no other choice. Check us out at MountSunapee.com, just off Interstate 89. Mount Sunapee, close to home.
I'm here to tell you about the most exciting adventure to come to ski country in years. Loon Mountain, New Hampshire has teamed up with In-Season Resorts to bring you a limited second home vacation opportunity of a lifetime, made affordable by the most unique ownership plan ever devised. To preview this offer, be our guest for 2 nights, breakfast, dinner, and we'll throw in 2 free lift tickets, all for $99. This is a one-time limited opportunity that won't come again. Loon Mountain, In-Season Resorts, and you.
Ice, Powder, and Moguls. Join us now as we explore one exciting episode in a winter series as enticing as a day on the slopes. We have everything from winter travel to some of the greatest snow riders around. This is the Mountaintop Ski and Snowboard Series. This Mountaintop Ski and Snowboard Series is brought to you by Jeep. Only in a Jeep. Vibram, the world's best soles for the world's finest footwear. Aspen Snowmass. And Selkirk Tangiers Heliskiing.
In the mountains, survival alone can be achievement. A simple concept that permeates the lifestyle best described as alpinism. Though the word once referred only to mountain climbing, it now encompasses everything that we do in the spirit of the mountains. While mountain cultures exist the world over today, alpinism, like the cultures that embrace it, has its roots in the Alps. I'm Sam Von Trapp, and this is Backcountry Magazine TV. We're off to the French Alps to see where this way of life was born, to the Valley of Chamonix, the cradle of alpinism.
The Alps are 120 miles wide and span from southern France to Slovenia. The mountains are so foreboding that until the mid-1800s, people believed dragons and demons inhabited the glaciers and countless peaks. In 1690, the villagers of Chamonix, France, employed a nearby bishop to exorcise an approaching glacier that threatened to destroy their village. Eventually, though, their presence began to excite the curiosity of scientists that wandered into the mountains not for the sake of climbing them, but to study them and the mysterious glaciers that crept down the valleys. While these first mountaineers carried barometers and thermometers instead of ice axes and crampons, the mountains had begun to cast their spell over people's imaginations. The so-called golden age of mountaineering would be born here, and no one mountain was more captivating than Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc is the highest peak in the Alps. It towers more than 12,000 feet above the floor of the Chamonix Valley below and can be seen from hundreds of miles away. It first entranced the aristocrat Horace Benedict de Saussure when he spied it from his home in Geneva. In 1760, Saussure made his first trip to the village of Chamonix, where he offered a reward to the first person to attain the heavily glaciated summit. However, the peak would defeat all attempts in the next 26 years, many of which included Saussure himself. With every defeat, though, the desire to conquer Mont Blanc became more and more an obsession. Saussure lamented in his journal, "It had become with me a species of disease. My eyes never rested upon Mont Blanc without undergoing a fresh attack of melancholy." The local doctor, Michel Gabriel Paccard, treated many ailments caused by exposure to the harsh mountain climate. In 1786, a local farmer and crystal hunter named Jacques Balmat appeared in his office ill and badly sunburned from an attempt on Mont Blanc in the few days before. Balmat had tried to climb the mountain by himself and spent 3 nights at high altitude, a feat deemed impossible at the time. Forced by low visibility to camp the first evening, Balmat spent the next 2 days attempting routes to the summit. All failed, but Balmat was not disheartened. "I felt quite certain I should be more fortunate a third time," he asserted. It was in Paccard's office later that day that Balmat confided in the doctor the existence of the route. Like Saussure and many of the other early explorers, Paccard was a man of science, and when Balmat approached him, he eagerly offered to join. They left La Côte on August 8, 1786. They quickly negotiated the Bosson Glacier, spending the night between the Bosson and Taconnay. The next day, they attained the Dôme du Goûter, Balmat cutting steps into the ice until, Balmat later reported, the doctor could go no further. Balmat half carried Paccard to the summit, where villagers in Chamonix below could see one figure waving his arms. Mont Blanc had been conquered, and despite a minor dispute between Paccard and Balmat regarding who dragged who to the summit, Balmat received credit for the ascent. Having claimed his reward, he became the first guide on Mont Blanc by leading Saussure himself to the summit the following year. The increasing number of guides and explorers began building stone huts, expanding access to the region in what is now the most extensive and frequently used system of huts in the world. In 1881, the physicist and alpinist Joseph Vallot undertook the construction of one such refuge, an observatory at 14,300 feet on Mont Blanc. When it was completed in 1890, it stood the highest structure in the world. Over the course of 40 years, Vallot summited Mont Blanc 34 times. Indeed, the growing world of alpinism concentrated around Mont Blanc. By this time, Chamonix was well known in Europe. In 1958, with the inauguration of the world's highest cable car, Chamonix became the undisputable hub of mountain culture.
The legend grows. The new, longer Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, with more legroom, twice the cargo space, and trail-rated capability. Only in a Jeep 4x4.
The world's best soles for the world's finest footwear. Available at Bob Smith's Wilderness House.
Wait in long lines. Wildcat's high-speed detachable quad can get you and 3 friends to the top of the mountain in just 6 minutes. And what's waiting for you there? Bumps, glades, backcountry skiing, and a great training center for beginners. Not enough reason for the short drive? Well, how about the talented and friendly instructors, a caring nursery, great new kitchen staff, awesome rentals, and a huge après ski scene upstairs at Tuckerman's Pub. Check out skiwildcat.com for more information, current conditions, and online savings.
Need a vacation? Let Link Ski Vacations custom build your ski and snowboard vacation. Find them on the web at www.linkskivacations.com. Link Ski Vacations, providing custom ski packages to the Rockies, Canada, and Europe. Call 1-800-422-5969. Links Vacations, specializing in last-minute bookings. Call Link Ski Vacations, 1-800-422-5969. Or on the web, www.linkskivacations.com.
Chamonix, France made world headlines in 1958, announcing the inauguration of the world's highest cable car, the Aiguille du Midi Téléphérique. This staggering feat of architecture took 4 years of hazardous work to install the lift towers and cable, as well as a building atop the rock spire at 11,400 feet. Previous to this, guides could only take experienced and physically fit clients to high altitudes. To this day, the Aiguille du Midi cable car boasts the most vertical drop of any lift system in the world, offering alpine enthusiasts unparalleled access to the Mont Blanc Massif, Mer des Glaces, and surrounding peaks. This lift access, coupled with the network of huts, demands, of course, the largest concentration of mountain guides anywhere. And in 1821, the Compagnie de Guides was formed to standardize the practice as well as provide an emergency fund for the families and victims of tragedies that befell guides on the mountain.
To work, it's a great place, because this accessibility makes it a lot easier for us, for sure. In 20 minutes, you are on top of Aiguille du Midi, and you are in the heart of the mountains. I mean, you have the possibility to be there very quick. The glaciers are, I would say, a very nice area to go, very great scenery, and I mean, it's a great place to be, but it can be dangerous. A dangerous glacier is always a glacier with snow on. This means you don't know what's underneath the snow, if it's ice or if it's a hole. You have to know a few things before going on a glacier. This means you have a certain number of risks, and to approach them without taking too many risks, it's better to be with a guide.
The Compagnie de Guides is the oldest and perhaps the most prestigious guide company in the world. The tales of their bravery and camaraderie comprise the text of mountain culture's history. Details of the countless first ascents of mountains deemed impossible to climb had long drawn generations of alpinists to the region.
Even now, when we climb some of the routes which were climbed the first time, let's say 100 years ago, we still find them challenging. I don't know if we would do things they have done with the equipment they had. They were quite tough guys by that time.
Chamonix had become the hub of a growing mountain culture and continued to set the standards in all aspects of alpinism, be it travel, climbing, skiing, or simply lifestyle in the mountains. Today, the Compagnie de Guides consists of over 150 mountain and trekking guides and hosts thousands of visitors throughout the valley each year.
When I decided to settle here, I decided, well, why not becoming a guide? Then you have the exams through the National Ski and Alpinism School, which are, let's say, not easy. You have to be a good skier, a good climber, rock climber, ice climber.
The National School of Skiing and Alpinism, or ENSA, was established in Chamonix in 1946 to train and improve the expertise of professionals in alpine sports. Entry into ENSA is extremely difficult. Less than a quarter of applicants are even accepted.
De devenir aspirant guide, donc il y a des stages en hiver où on fait du ski, de la cascade de glace, on apprend en fait un petit peu les fondamentaux de l'alpinisme.
The required list of skills, ski descents, and climbs that a graduate must complete include some of the most challenging and dangerous routes in the Alps.
De notation, donc en cascade de glace, on a une grille, en escalade en calcaire, on a une grille, en escalade en rocher, on a une grille de notation. Et puis après, il y a des examens techniques, donc il y a des examens de sauvetage crevasse, des examens de recherche ARVA.
After 4 years of intensive study in all aspects of alpinism, the current class is preparing for their final exams.
Cette semaine, moi je participe au stage de guide, donc au final du guide, et on va partir en ski de randonnée en Suisse pour 4 jours, donc ça fait 3 nuits en refuge.
It's exciting because you dream to become a mountain guide when you're a child, so it's like a dream will become true. So I'm a bit intimidated, but not that much because just a dream will become true. It's nice.
SkierShop.com is your online source for free ride in all mountains. Skis, boots, backcountry gear, apparel, and accessories. Skis from Head, Volkel, Stokely, Dynastar, Armada, and more. Brands like Oakley, Cloudveil, Helly Hansen, Dakine, Scott, and Giro. If you need it, we've got it. Shop online or stop by. With locations in Stowe, Vermont, and Mammoth Mountain, California, SkierShop.com is always easy to get to.
White-based region at Lake Placid, the #1 ski resort in the eastern U.S. #1 again, again, and again. Come see why.
Four mountains: Snowmass, Aspen Mountain, Aspen Highlands, and Buttermilk. Legendary nightlife. Extraordinary events. The difference is night and day.
The legend grows. The new, longer Jeep Wrangler Unlimited, with more legroom, twice the cargo space, and trail-rated capability. Only in a Jeep 4x4.
The Balsams in the Great North Woods. High in the White Mountains, this National Historic Site offers hassle-free alpine skiing and snowboarding on 16 trails and 5 graded areas. 95 kilometers of cross-country skiing, snowshoeing and snowmobile trails, and ice skating too. Delightful accommodations, award-winning cuisine, après-ski, and evening entertainment, all included in the Balsam's American Plan rate. Caring service that's known to spoil skiers. Discover the value of a Balsam's vacation. Ask about the Balsam's Sunday Night Special.
The National School of Skiing and Alpinism in Chamonix, France, offers Ivy League education in alpinism. These mountain guide students are facing their final exams, which have been made even more challenging by a massive snowstorm that swept through the valley the night before.
These aspirant guides must perform well and exhibit top physical and mental prowess if they want to graduate. In order to receive their mountain guide certificates, they must climb the Petit Vert, a heavily glaciated peak above the Grand Montet Trem. From the top, they will rappel into and ski the Chevalier Couloir on the other side. The students are on edge, not only because of the pressure of the exam, but because the threat of avalanche is very real. It snowed 50 centimeters overnight, and the couloir they will be skiing is very steep. They must rely on their knowledge of the terrain and snow conditions in order to proceed safely. Professor Philippe Badu watches passively as his students don their gear. Transceivers must be set and tested. These devices transmit the radio signal and are used to find buried avalanche victims. Felt skins are applied to the bottoms of their skis, and with their specialized bindings allow the skier to climb slopes on skis, easing travel in deep snow. One student has elected to put on his crampons and walk. Philippe, in a coy display of French repose, waits until the student is finally about to embark before challenging his decision. The chest-highest aspirant must now remove his crampons, apply his skins, and then put his skis on before rejoining the group. Philippe's lesson concerns not only safety, but the importance of an alpinist's quick transition from one set of gear to another. When the slope becomes too steep to climb on skis, the group will exchange them for crampons and rope together properly. Their progress is steady, but slowed by the deep snow, and as they remove their skins for the final climb, they regroup to assess the snow's stability. Though Philippe is the group leader, the students must now examine each layer of the snow pack and decide if it is safe to continue. As guides, they will be responsible for ensuring the safety of their clients with every decision they make in the backcountry. After discussing the conditions, the students are not willing to go any further. They have deemed the risk of an avalanche too high to continue and turn back. Their reasoning will be assessed as part of their grade, but for now, the couloir will remain untracked.
They decide they don't want to go up because it was dangerous because of avalanche, and that wasn't my opinion. I believe it was not so dangerous, and they didn't want to continue, so we decided to go back.
Despite the professor's opinion, the students' concerns are not unwarranted. Avalanches would continue to pose a threat for the next week, one claiming the life of a local guide. 2 helicopter teams of the Mountain Terrain Rescue Unit, the PGHM, would be seen repeatedly throughout the week as they responded to calls throughout the valley. The PGHM was founded in Chamonix in 1958 to respond to all safety demands in every condition, in all situations, ensuring security in the mountains of the country. Its members are every bit as trained in the techniques of alpinism as they are for medical emergencies. The medical officer in charge of each heli unit has received highly specialized training at the School of High Mountain Medical Safety. Additionally, guides and aspirant guides from ENSA work very closely with the PGHM to continually develop mountain rescue techniques. There is no more well-respected group of alpinists in the Chamonix Valley. They routinely risk their lives for those trapped on the mountain, lost in crevices, or buried by avalanches. Each year, the PGHM responds to more than 1,000 emergencies and rescues nearly 1,500 people. Despite the prowess of perhaps the world's most elite alpine rescue unit, the perils of the Mont Blanc still claim an average of 75 lives a year. It is estimated that between 6,000 and 8,000 people have lost their lives on Mont Blanc, a toll that far exceeds that of any other mountain.
This is where the words steep and deep find their true meaning. Selkirk Tangiers Heliskiing has been flying skiers to this untouched powder for 20 years. Centrally located in Revelstoke, British Columbia, Selkirk Tangiers flies to over 200 major runs offering every conceivable type of terrain. Call Selkirk Tangiers Heliskiing today at 1-800-663-7080 for the skiing adventure of a lifetime.
Winter activities offer great enjoyment, but also the threat of hypothermia and frostbite, which strikes thousands of Americans each year. Before going out, always check the temperature and wind chill factor, as well as the forecast, as the weather can change quickly. Dressing in multiple layers is advised because it provides flexibility to add or remove layers depending on the weather and activities.
For high-energy activities like skiing, look for close-fitting synthetic fabrics engineered to move moisture away from the skin. Fabrics that help trap heat close to the body, as well as allow perspiration to escape, are best, especially on a cold day.
Studies show that 50% of heat loss occurs through the head. Wear a hat and neck gaiter to keep the head, neck, and body warm at all times.
It's more fun when you're warm.
Follow these tips for an enjoyable winter of outdoor activity.
To most, the word alpinism means mountain climbing, but in the Chamonix Valley and to alpinists in mountain towns elsewhere, it has come to mean much more. Those who climbed mountains solely to ski down them continued this evolution of alpinism from the days when one simply climbed. Antoine Terrain and Bill Holloway were some of the first such ski mountaineers. In 1952, they shocked the people of Chamonix by summiting Mont Blanc and skiing its north face on wooden skis and with leather boots. Later, Anselm Baud and Patrick Valençon boasted similar feats as developments in ski equipment, including metal edges and the advent of plastic boots, allowed them to tackle even steeper slopes and tighter terrain more safely. Many ski mountaineers followed in their footsteps. Year after year, climbers and skiers make their way to Chamonix, where the legendary predecessors also honed their skills and tested the limits of their abilities. The freedom enjoyed by alpinists in the Chamonix Valley is unrivaled, the result of a culture that embraces a way of life in the mountains. The Mont Blanc Massif draws athletes to Chamonix like pilgrims paying homage to a culture that has long since spread to mountain towns the world over. The mountains continue to inspire, challenge, and fulfill them here, where the history of alpinism is as deep and broad as the valley itself. In Chamonix, people are unified by a common admiration and respect for the mountains. This unspoken bond permeates the social atmosphere of the village. For it is here that mountain culture has its very roots. Here, alpinism was born.
The way of life in Chamonix is the way life in the mountains should be. Hours after the climb, or the last run on the hill, the mood of everyone in town is determined by the day's events. They sit outside the bars and cafes, drinking coffee and wine, planning their next day in Chamonix, France. I'm Sam Von Trapp, and this has been Backcountry Magazine TV.
Coming up on News Now at 10, we'll have the very latest on a Derry, New Hampshire man charged with raping an 11-year-old girl.
Authorities want to know who's cutting cables in Chelmsford and Westford, leaving hundreds without a dial tone.
And a power change is in the works for cost recovery on the Big Dig. News Now at 10 is next.
We know you had a choice. Thanks for watching WNDS, and tell a friend.
Coming up next on News Now. A Derry, New Hampshire man is in court this morning accused of raping an 11-year-old girl. Police in Salem, New Hampshire are hot on the trail of a Massachusetts man they believe stole a puppy from a pet store last week. And rescue workers in La Conchita, California continue to dig through the rubble left by